So let's talk about some of the advanced techniques you can use with your link wheels. Well, firstly, one thing you can do that's very, very effective is what we are talking about here in the main program is we're talking about creating a link wheel to promote your money site. But what if you created a link wheel for the spokes within your link wheel? How would that affect you? What would that do for those spokes? Of course, it would give them a big boost up the search engines, and before you knew it, you'd be in a position where pretty much you own the top 10 or 20 or even 30 results. You know, it's very, very powerful to do this. Now, yes, it is going to take some more time, but if you're serious about dominating a niche, then link wheels for your link wheel spokes is a very, very effective way forwards. You repeat the whole link wheel procedure that we talked about for each of the spokes within your main link wheel. So if you remember way back in video 2, we had that diagram of a link wheel. What you would do is you create one of those link wheels not only for your money site, but in the middle would be, say, your Squidoo Lens or your Blogger blog or your I don't know, WordPress blog or whatever it might be, and that's going to give them a really, really good boost up the search engines. Now, many of these link wheel sites, the Web 2.0 properties you use, have RSS feeds. So what you could do is you could use a website like rssmix.com or Yahoo Pipes and combine the RSS feeds and create new ones, which you can then submit to directories and use even as content on some of your link wheels sites. So, you know, Squidoo, for example, allows you to incorporate an RSS feed. If you took the RSS feed from other of your sites, combined it with, say, Yahoo Pipes, with, say, an RSS feed based on like keyword from, say, CNN.com or a couple of other authority sites, you can have a brand new RSS feed which you can incorporate into your link wheel spokes for unique content. So it's very, very powerful way for you to get keyword specific RSS feeds. So it's very, very good. And of course, when you create these new RSS feeds, you can submit them to the RSS directories, which of course is going to bring you traffic, backlinks, ranking, etc., etc. You've probably seen backlink packages for sale. Now, backlink packages are a great way to give your sites a boost up the search engines. You can use these on your money site, or you could use them on any of the spokes of your link wheel, any of those sites as well. These often provide a very, very beneficial backlink because it's from an authority site, so it does very, very well for you. So it's a good way to basically get some good link love to your money site and to the spokes of your link wheel. And remember, the better your link wheel spokes rank, the better they're considered by the search engines, the better it is for your money site, the more of a boost your money site's going to get. Now, what you can do is you may just create, say, a single link wheel about your main keyword, but what if instead of just doing a single link wheel about your main keyword, you created a link wheel for every single keyword you were targeting? You repeated this process for all of the keywords. Now, that is obviously going to let you dominate the search engines for all of your keywords and give you a massive amount of traffic. Yes, it's some work, but the benefits to you are absolutely huge. So it is worth your while taking the time to create these link wheels for every single keyword. It's going to give you some great, great results in the search engine rankings if you do it. It really, really is. You know, link wheels are highly effective as it is. So targeting multiple keywords by creating multiple link wheels per keyword, you're going to get some great, great results. You really, really are. And of course, for each keyword that you're targeting, there's nothing to stop you from creating more spokes. I mean, there's hundreds of Web 2.0 sites. I mean, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of them. So yeah, you could go just work your way through and create one on every single site, and you'll have hundreds and hundreds of incoming links that are high quality and look good as far as the search engines are concerned. So, you know, you can take that time if you're really serious about dominating for a keyword. That's what you're going to have to do, and you're going to get some good results from it. Now, if you boost the page rank of your spokes, then you're going to boost the page rank of your money site. You know, the way Google works is that the page rank sort of flows through, if you like. So one of the advanced techniques, and again, this is something most people don't bother, is promote your spokes as well. Keep record of them all. promote them and boost them up the search engines as well. And you will find that, you know, out of the top 10 results, you may own 6, 7 or even 8 of them, or perhaps more, which means that pretty much whatever anyone clicks on, they're coming through to one of your sites, and that obviously gives you a massive amount of chance to earn. If you own, say, 1 of the top 10 results, you have effectively a 10% chance of getting a click-through. If you own 8 of them, you have an 80% chance of getting someone to one of your sites. So you can see it's very, very powerful for you to have that domination of the search engine results. Now, the whole aim of everything we talked about, including all these advanced techniques, is basically to boost your money site higher up the search engines. The higher that is, the more chance you have of getting traffic, and the better your earnings are going to be. So you really do need to apply these techniques very, very well. Creating multiple sites, like we've talked about here, is going to help you to dominate the top 10 of Google, and that's going to give you massive, massive results. As I said, you know, if you got 8 out of 10 results, that's 80% chance of getting somebody through to your site. You have 8 times more chance of getting someone to click through to your website. So it's very, very, very powerful. So yeah, if you apply all this, these are the sorts of results you're going to get. Now, here's another thing that you could do. This is a much, much more advanced technique, so I've left it to last. We talked about creating link wheels for each of your link wheel spokes, but what if you had your central money site, and around the outside of that was a number of domains that you owned that were information sites linking to it? So, you know, you would have the central money site, which is, say, an information product. Around this you may have, say, a dozen different websites that are all promoting that product from different points of view. You may have review sites, information sites, etc., etc. So you've got those sites feeding to your central site as well, and then you've got link wheels on each of those sites and on your central site. Now that's a very, very advanced technique that will give you absolutely impressive results. If you do that, you are building a really valuable network of virtual real estate, because you own the central domain, you own the ring of domains around it, and if you sold the whole lot of domains like that, you'd make an absolute fortune. You really would. If it's ranking well and it's getting traffic and it's making money, and you sold the network of sites, you'd get a lot of money for it. And that is building up what we call valuable virtual real estate. It really, really is. So you need to think about doing that. If you're really serious about a niche and you really want to do the absolute best in it, then that's what you do. You've obviously got your main site, and then you have all the sub-sites around it. They're on domains that are keyword rich, with keyword rich content, and you boost them all up the search engine rankings. And what it will do for you is give you absolutely incredible results. Yeah, you will seriously dominate the niche if you do that. It does take work, which is why most people don't do it, but if you do it, then you know you are going to make good amounts of money from it. So these have been some of the advanced techniques. I mean, some of them are more advanced than others, but if you do them, you're going to see some fantastic results from what we've talked about. So you now understand how to create link wheels, and you now know some of the advanced techniques. So if you put these into action, you're going to see some fantastic results. You're going to see yourself starting to dominate the top 10 of Google, and your income is going to increase and increase and increase. Now, obviously, once you've got your link wheel created, you need to start thinking about doing some SEO work on each spoke. You've got to start promoting those as well, so that you're going to get traffic to your site and start earning a decent amount of money from it. Now, there's plenty of techniques that you can use to promote your link wheel, and we're just going to talk about a couple of them right now. Now, when you create each spoke, the first thing you do once the site's created is ping it. So you'd go to somewhere like PingGoat or Pingler or Ping.in or somewhere like that. Any one of these ping sites, it doesn't matter which one you use. It really, really doesn't. They all do the same thing. And you would go to that site, and then you ping. You use it to ping your spoke that you've just created. And what this will do is this will notify the search engines that the site's there, and it will start getting traffic to it. So it's going to get it spidered. It's going to start getting it looked at. So it's very important. That's pretty much the first thing you do when you finish creating a spoke. You would then social bookmark it. Now you could outsource this, you could use software, or you could use a tool like onlywire.com, which I can highly recommend as it's free. So what you would do is use social bookmark each spoke. Again, that tells the search engines it's there, it tells it there's a new site, and it's going to get backlinks into your website, and hopefully it will get you some traffic as well. If it gets picked up on the social bookmarking site, then you can get some good traffic from it. Many of the spokes, now not all of them, but some of the spokes will provide you with an RSS feed. Now take this RSS feed and submit it to the RSS directories. What's this going to do? It's going to get the search engines to your site, it's going to get you backlinks. And quite often with some of the social bookmarking sites and the RSS directories, these entries will rank independently for that keyword. So quite often you can get yet another entry in the top 10 results from this. So these are all ways of getting your site noticed by the search engines, getting it indexed, and start to get some backlinks, which obviously is going to boost each spoke up the search engine rankings a little. And then you need to do some link building to each spoke. So basically you've got to start promoting the spokes. You know, you can use the backlink packets, you can use many other techniques, but you've got to try and get each spoke ranking. You've got to start getting traffic from each spoke. So you may do some blog commenting, or if it's Squidoo, you may go and find other related lenses and leave a comment, or put your link in the link lists, anything like that. All of that is going to get traffic and links through to your spoke, your site, and it's going to help it boost up the search engine rankings. Now, something you could use that's very effective is press releases. Submit some press releases, even do some SEO on the press releases once they're submitted, and again, you're going to rank well. It could be another entry in the top 10 search engine results, so you can't go wrong with all this. And finally, you know, you can use article marketing. Now, any traffic generation technique will work, but article marketing is very, very effective again. You can either write articles and submit them to Ezine articles, or you can take PLR articles, spin them, and blast them out to all the other article directories. It's entirely up to you how you want to work it, but article marketing is going to get you a good number of incoming links through to your website. So you've got to promote each of the spokes, because you want each spoke to rank well. You want them to rank independently of your money site. Now, if you have done well with these sites, you know, you can get a lot of results in the top 10, and quite honestly, that's going to see your income do really, really well. You want the link wheel spokes ranking, you want them getting traffic, you want them funneling that traffic through to your money site, as well as the fact they're funneling the link love that helps boost your money site higher in the search engine rankings. So you've got to remember that the page rank is passing through from each of your spokes to your money site. So, you know, if you can get one of your spokes up to say it's a page rank 5, and it's passing through to your money site, then obviously that's extremely effective. It really, really is, because it's going to give that money site a massive boost up, because of course you've got a page rank 5 site linking to it. So, you know, you want to create a network of sites that have got good page ranks that obviously is going to help your money site so that you earn more from it. High page rank links is going to help you incredibly. It really, really is. So you've got to do this. Now, this technique works very well if you've created your money site and then you've created a ring of sites around it that you own, domain names that are then promoting your money site. Because if those have a high page ranks and you absolutely own them, they're your own domain name, not a Web 2.0 property, you've built some very valuable virtual real estate. It means that when you have a new site and you want to give it a boost, you just put a link on that high page rank site, and it's going to give your new site an instant credibility in the eyes of the search engines, which obviously is very, very good for you. But it's a tried and tested technique, all of this. It works very, very well. You know, the techniques we talked about are ones that are very, very effective, but if you've got other favourite traffic generation techniques, then use all those. There's nothing wrong with you using any technique that will get the link wheel spokes ranking and ranking well. Now, there's lots of software out there that will create hundreds of links for you very, very quickly, so you could use those if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. You know, you can just use whatever techniques work and work for you. It doesn't matter, but you've got to promote the spokes. At very, very least, you want to do the pinging, the social bookmarking, the RSS directory submission. That's the minimum that you want to do to achieve some results. If you do more, then obviously that's going to be better for you. But it's important not to leave any footprints when you're promoting your URL and creating it, and we're going to talk about this in more detail in a little while, is don't leave behind any footprints. If you leave behind something which the search engines can trace and say, aha, it's this guy, he owns all these sites, it could have a negative effect on your empire. Whereas if you've created sites following some of the techniques we talked about here, and you've randomized the linking structure, you've created, used different keywords as anchor text, and some of the other texts we'll talk about, then you're going to find that you don't leave a footprint and you don't get any of your sites removed. Some of the Web 2.0 sites are fiercely anti-internet marketers, so you do need to be careful how you create your sites there. But follow the techniques we'll talk about in a couple of videos time and you won't have a problem. But remember, you have to not only promote your money site, but promote the spokes of your link wheel, because the better your link wheel spokes rank, the higher your money site will rank, because sort of the link love, if you like, the link juice, whatever you want to call it, flows through from the spokes to your money site. So the better your spokes are doing, the better your money site will do. And it's simple. It takes you 10 minutes to use the simple techniques, but if you want to go into use article marketing and a bit more with the spokes, it's going to take a little bit more time, but you're going to see some really, really good results when you finish. And as we've stressed a number of times throughout this video program, you can end up dominating the top 10 search results in Google, which frankly is only going to do you an awful lot of good in terms of income and traffic. Now, when it comes to outsourcing your link wheel creation, you do need to be aware that you get what you pay for. Now, if you pay a decent amount of money, you are in most cases likely to get a decent service. If you don't, then the chances are you may not. So be aware that if you pay peanuts, you're probably going to end up hiring a monkey. So this is one of the places you can come. It's called Digital Point Forums. If you go to forums.digitalpoint.com, you will need to register before you can post. It's free to do so. Just click on the link up here. Now, Digital Point is, how should I describe it? Now, without offending anyone, it's sort of like the poor man's warrior forum, if you like. The warrior forum is quite high class, and you can find link wheel services there. But the Digital Point is a bit, shall we say, more. If you want to compare it, let's think of the Warriors Forum as like your Macy's or your high class store somewhere, your Tiffany's or a big mall or something like that. Whereas Digital Point is more like sort of a tiny street market somewhere in the corner of Marrakesh. There's lots of people screeching and shouting, lots of people ready to rip you off and pick your pocket at a drop of a hat. Whereas in your high class mall, you're not going to get that. So come here, with your hand firmly on your wallet and be prepared. So the reason I'm showing you is its big advantage is you can get some seriously cheap work done here, and I mean seriously cheap work. I mean, I had somebody, if you know OnlyWire has 40 services on it, social bookmarking sites. Somebody from here, I paid $15 to create 5 email accounts and 5 accounts on every single one of those social bookmarking sites. So that was 40 times 5, 200 social bookmarking accounts. So you can get some seriously cheap work here, and people think it's great. Now, the $15 I paid for that wasn't the lowest bid. There was bids a lot lower than that. So be aware that you can get some great deals here. So what you can do is you either post a thread saying that you want to buy. Now, if you're selling something here, you can see these two posts here. It has a WTS and a WTB. If you want to hire somebody, you'd put WTB want to buy, and you put something like want to buy link wheel creation services. And what it will do is that people will answer you. You'll get deluged with people wanting to do it, varying levels of skill. So you have to set your criteria and say, well, don't give the amount you're willing to pay. So what you do is you say, I want someone to create me 60 60 Web 2.0 sites on a list of sites that I provide, using a separate email address for each one, providing me with a report of all of the sites created and the user ID and password and email address and password used for each one. And you say something like, provide me with a quote on how much you will want to be paid for this, or let me know how much you want to be paid to do this work, and people will come back to you. If you set a budget, then people will always say, well, I'll do it for that much. So if you ask them to quote, you'll get a wide variety of answers, and some low, some high, and then you can have a bit of research, look at each one, look at people's iTraders, which is like their feedback as to how well they performed, and then you can pick somebody from that. That's usually how I do it, and you find some good people. So it'd be somewhere here under services. Let's have a look, like under traffic, for example. So you can see here there's all sorts of people selling traffic, lots and lots of people. So what I'm going to do, let me find somebody who will do some link wheels for us. So here we have someone that will do a link wheel and ping your site at the same time. Here they tell you the information, and here's the pricing. Okay, if we look here, you can see 60 spokes, $60, 100 spokes, $120. So that's not really bad pricing, to be perfectly honest. So I think it's very, very good. So yeah, he doesn't perfectly interlink them, so they don't raise a red flag. He pings them, which is good. And I know this particular person will provide you with a reporter where he's put all your links as well. So they're all on sites from PageRank 1 to 7. So very, very good. He will do these link wheels for you. So all you need to do is a keyword, URL, article, and an email address, and there you are. So I mean, this is a good one. When he's showing you a picture of a link wheel there, which I'm sure you're familiar with after seeing our diagrams earlier on. So I mean, this is a sort of service you can get on here, and if you just do a search, type link wheel in there, you'll find people that will do this for you at a variety of prices. Now, you may not be entirely comfortable perhaps with using digital points, so you may want to use a site like Elance or Rent-A-Coder or Guru.com or Freelancer.com or whatever it might be. Using a site like that, you can obviously find people and you can hire them to do a specific job. Now, with these sites, you can obviously expect to pay a little bit more, but you can still get some very, very good pricing done on them for you. So, consider using these sites as well. I mean, I'm not going to go through using Elance or any of these sites at all. But what I will show you last of all is this. If you do a Google for link wheel creation or something like that, you'll see people here that will offer you the service. So if we just click at one at random, let's just try this one here and see what it says. I mean, here's one of the companies. I don't know how much I trust them, because let's face it, they've got an error up here. They don't have any pricing on it either, which instantly puts me off. However, one thing they do, which is rather nice of them, is here you are. Here's some very nice ideas for sites that you can use. So there's a number of sites here you may want to use: Xanga, LiveJournal, NewsAlloy, and so on. So some good ideas here. But you can see what they do is they offer. They're not going to be cheap, because you get 7 unique articles written, 7 Web 2.0 properties, 1 custom video, your RSS feed submitted, social bookmarking of each site, and 2 links per. So yeah, they do a lot for you, but I imagine it's fairly pricey because they don't show you a price. So let's go back and have a look at another one. Let's just click on this one and see what this one says. Okay, so here's another one. Again, they've got a nice little picture there. Don't give anything away though. And you can see, what do? They give you 12 unique articles on 12 unique websites. All of them are social bookmarked. All of the RSS feeds. All of the articles get some backlinks to them, and it's 60 per link wheel. Or you can get a new complex one, which is $80. So that's not particularly expensive. That's not a bad price for 12 unique articles. But you saw over here on Digital Point for $60, we were getting 60 sites. So you've got to decide what you want. These are obviously, they're doing it all for you. So with this one, you would have to write the article. You'd only have one article used. And you would have to then social bookmark it, submit the RSS feeds and everything else. That these will do it for it. So it depends upon your budget, it depends upon your strategy. If you've got the money, something like this is well worth doing. In fact, is it worth hiring somebody to do this full time for you if you can afford to? Otherwise, you may want to do it yourself or just use a cheap service like this. I mean, this one here looks very, very good. It will do the job for you. And it's a good start. So yeah, it's a good start to use one of these. As I said, it depends upon your strategy and what you want to achieve as to which one of these you're going to use. But that's basically outsourcing. Remember, with outsourcing, you get what you pay for. So you're getting a good quality service here. They're doing quite a lot for you. I mean, to get 12 articles written, if that's $10 an article that you're paying a writer, then that's $120. I mean, even a cheap writer, you're probably looking at $60 for 12 articles. So that's a very, very good deal, really. So think about how you're going to outsource it, what you want to achieve. Know your budget and stick to it. Don't go spending hundreds of dollars if you don't have it. But outsourcing is really going to speed up the link wheel creation, because obviously you can focus on creating more sites or doing whatever you need to do, while somebody else is concentrating on building the link wheel and your business for you. We've talked a lot so far about how to create link wheels, how to get them ranking, but one of the big issues that I want to address in this video is the fact that many people complain that their link wheel properties get deleted. So they spend ages creating a Web 2.0 site and then it gets removed. Now, you're creating these sites on somebody else's property. Effectively, you're going to somebody else's house and you're sticking a poster up on the wall. Now, some of these sites are more militant than others. Some of them are very anti-internet marketers, and obviously they want to look after their visitors. They want to provide value to their visitors, and they're not there solely to help you make money and boost your sites up the search engine rankings. They're there to provide a service to people, and we are basically, as internet marketers, taking advantage of their generosity in order to make money ourselves. So how do you avoid getting your Web 2.0 properties deleted? Well, firstly, it's important to add value with your link wheel spokes. When you create link wheel spoke, don't just blast out any old rubbish, because frankly that's not going to do well. You're going to end up finding them deleted. If you've got good quality information and you spend a bit of time to make the link wheels look nice, then you're going to get some good quality results. They're not going to be deleted. So you have to remember that your link wheel spokes need to add value, particularly to your readers and to the site that you're creating them on. So promoting and creating junk link wheel spokes is going to invite them to be removed and deleted. So when you are creating these posts, don't be overtly commercial. If you basically, your link wheel spoke is all about buy this product, buy this product, buy this product, it's likely to be deleted. What you need to do instead is to review the product or talk about the subject and recommend the product, something like that. If you're too commercial, you can find that your sites are going to get removed. And some are worse than others for this. Blogger is well known as being very overtly commercial sites. So you've got to be very, very careful in how you create them. But if you're thinking about adding value and thinking about a real person visiting that site looking for information, and you are providing them with that information, then you will not have any problems with your link wheels. The last thing you want is for any of your spokes to be deleted. If you've built up the page rank of one of the spokes and then it gets removed, that's a problem. You spent a lot of time and effort on it. So you need to really value your spokes and treat them well, and that will help you to rank very, very well for it. Now, this is one reason why some people will create their own network of domains they own around their money site, is because that way if a spoke gets deleted, they're not really that worried about it. They're still going to be doing okay with it. But basically, the whole aim of this exercise, if you like, is to avoid leaving any footprints. You do not want to leave footprints that say this is a link wheel. You've got to remember the search engines are smart. Google in particular employs people with brains the size of planets. They are smart. They know what we're doing. They are sitting on our forums. They are subscribed to our newsletters. They know exactly what we are doing and how we do it. And they're going to let some of it slide, but the search engines are there to provide accurate search results to the people that use them. If they don't do that, then they will lose their position as a search engine. People won't use it. It's happened in the past. Many years ago, Yahoo were the #1 search engine. Their results weren't very good, and AltaVista came along. Their results were better. Everyone moved to AltaVista. Then Google came on the scene. Their results were even better. AltaVista is died and forgotten as far as many people are concerned nowadays. But for a time, AltaVista was the search engine of choice. So the search engines are there to give a good search experience and good results to their users. So if they think that people are trying to manipulate the search engine results and basically promote junk, then they're going to remove them. They're going to do something about it. Remember, some years ago there was the big Google slap where all the junk IM sites, information sites, were removed overnight. So you've got to avoid leaving footprints, and that's part of what we're going to discuss in this video. So you always need to randomize your link wheels. Randomizing the order of the sites that you create and how they link is all going to help remove footprints. If you always do Squidoo to Blogger to WordPress to Hub Pages to Webpack to blah blah blah, then it's a dead giveaway. But if you randomize it, then obviously you're removing a footprint. It's not going to be obvious that it is a link wheel. Sometimes you may break the link wheel and not link to another site within it, but link somewhere completely different, or just to the money site, or to an authority site, or something like that. And creating randomness like that helps remove the footprint of a link wheel. The other thing you can do that is very effective is to add new content over time. So you create your link wheel sites and you go back a week later and put another post on, increase the length, a week later add some more, because most sites within the link wheel only have a single post on. So by creating it with 2 posts and then adding more over time, instantly you're stepping away from the whole I'm a link wheel thing, and it's looking more and more natural, and that's what you're after. You want your sites to look like they are naturally created by a real person in order to share information, rather than something that has been created solely to promote your money site. Now, one thing you can do that I find to be highly effective is use different names and email addresses. Go to Yahoo, Gmail, wherever it might be, create multiple email addresses and then use different names. And if you do that, then obviously that again removes the footprint. If you've created 100 sites pointing to you and they're all in the name of Fred Smith at fredsmith@yahoo.com, then that's a big footprint. What I would tend to do, and this is me personally, is I would go to on each Web 2.0 site, I would use a different email address. I would create a brand new email address somewhere and with a different name, and I would use that to create the site, and that is going to be very effective, because obviously you've removed the big footprint of the same name and email address. Now obviously, yes, it's a little bit more work, but you're building a network of sites that's 100% natural and is going to last. Now, there is automated software on the market that will create the link wheel for you. However, I've tried 3 different pieces of software now, and honestly, they're all problematical. They really are. The trouble is creating a link wheel is a complex process, and much of the software relies on scripting. So it relies on being able to go to the site, and the software knows that if it clicks here, it goes to the next page. If it fills in this information here, it does the other. So it all relies on the page looking the same. Now, obviously, the Web 2.0 sites realise that people are creating automated software. So what they do is every now and then they'll just move a checkbox or a button or something else, and then you'll find that your software doesn't work. I've used a few pieces of software, and honestly, I'm not happy with any of them. They've been notoriously unreliable and flaky, basically, is the only way I can say it. And I think that's because of the complexity of the software and what it's trying to do. But there is automated software out there that you can look at and you can try to use. Some of it's better than the others, but ultimately, at the end of the day, nothing is going to beat manually creating automated your own sites yourself. Automated software, yeah, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to really replace the effectiveness of manual creation. Now, if you're creating many of these sites, if you're going to create 10 sites on Squidoo in a day, you may want to use some sort of proxy in order to disguise your IP address. If Squidoo sees somebody from one IP address creating lots and lots of sites, then obviously that's going to raise a big red flag for them. So they're going to investigate. So if you disguise your IP address, then obviously that's going to help you to be able to create more sites without getting, shall we say, caught. So when you're starting your link wheel, don't always start on the same Web 2.0 site. A lot of people will always start on Squidoo or Hub Pages or whatever it might be. Now that's a footprint. Randomize it. Don't start on Squidoo and then move to the same one. Pick a different site at random. You've got a big list of Web 2.0 properties, just pick one. Doesn't matter where you start, you'll work your way through them all. And remember, don't work on your link wheel in the same order. Linking in the same order is a massive footprint and a big giveaway. If they keep seeing these networks of sites cropping up that always link from a certain way and then through to a money site, you're going to lose out. So randomize everything about how you create your sites. The more you randomize it, the better it's going to be for you, because there is not going to be any footprint and it's going to look 100% natural. And finally, what you can do is occasionally link to other external sites. Linking to other external sites is going to do you a lot of good, because Google likes to see information sites linking to authority sites. So what I'll often do is I'll link to a page on, say, Wikipedia or a manufacturer's page or something like that, in order to show that I'm not just promoting my own stuff, but I'm also linking through to known authority sites in the niche. And what that does is, again, make it look 100% natural. And finally, 70% of your links need to be your main keyword and 30% your other keywords. Again, this is randomizing it and making it all look very, very natural. So the links between your link wheel spokes and through to your money site, 70% of them your main keyword and 30% other keywords. And if you apply these tips and what you've learned here, you will do very well. You're not going to find your link wheels being deleted or removed, and you're going to get some very, very good results. Now you've learnt all about link wheels, and you can see that link wheels are very, very powerful from the point of view of SEO. They're very good at getting your website ranking higher in the search engines and getting you traffic and getting you basically earning a decent amount of money. They really, really can help. So they're a very powerful tool for SEO. But they are time consuming to create if you're doing them by hand. If you're using software, then obviously it's a bit quicker. If you are outsourcing it, then obviously it takes no time at all for you to do it. But it's very, very worthwhile for you to do this. It really, really is. So you do need to spend the time doing your link wheels, but if you do, the rewards are quite significant. It's going to help you get your money site to the top of the search engines. And what is that going to do to you? Well, of course, it's going to help you rank well and get good quality traffic. So when your money site is in the top 10 of Google, you're going to start seeing a good amount of income from it. You have to remember, most people don't go beyond the first page of Google when they're looking for results. So get your site ranking well in Google, and typically it will rank well in other search engines too. So with your link wheel spokes, particularly if you've done some of the promotion that we spoke about earlier for the link wheel spokes, you can quite easily start to dominate the top 10 results with your link wheel and with your websites. And of course, what does this mean to you? Well, it means that you have a higher percentage of somebody coming through to your site and through to your money site. So for example, if in the top 10 you have one entry, you have effectively a 10% chance of someone coming through to your website. Now if you've got 8 entries in the top 10, you have an 80% chance of somebody coming through to one of your websites. So you have a much more opportunity to funnel people through to your websites. So link wheels are a superb way to get good rankings and large amounts of traffic, and of course that's the fundamental part of internet marketing. You've got to rank well in the search engines, and you have to have traffic. If you don't have traffic, there is no point you being in business. You are not going to make any money. So it's very important that you use link wheels and you use them well, because they're going to help you to overcome some of the major issues that internet marketers face when they set up business online. Now when it comes to content, you may use unique, PLR or spun content. It depends upon your strategy and what you're after achieving. If you are after dominating the top 10 and getting some good human visitors, you're going to use mainly unique and well spun content. If you are not that fussed about human visitors and you're just doing it for the links, you'll probably use PLR that you haven't changed, or maybe just automated spun content that you're not too worried about if it doesn't make sense. So you have to decide before you start your link wheel what strategy you're adopting. Are you aiming for human visitors, or are you just going for the backlinks? And that will affect how you use your content. Now you have to be careful when you create your link wheel that you don't leave a footprint. Obviously the search engines are very smart. The people that run them and work for them know what we as internet marketers do. They are effectively watching over our shoulders all the time. So if you leave a footprint, you're likely to find your site being deleted. So if you apply the techniques we talked about within this program, you know, randomize the orders that sites link, randomize where you start, use different names and IP addresses, change the keywords you use sometimes, all of that is going to help you avoid leaving a footprint, and it's going to mean that your sites won't get deleted. Now some of the Web 2.0 sites are very militant in being anti-internet marketers, because basically, let's face it, in general internet marketers don't add a lot of value to these sites. They just want to slap up some information to get backlinks without concern about the, you know, community of the site. So if you are overtly commercial in your Web 2.0 sites, then you can expect to see some of them being removed, because you know these people will notice them and go, well, I don't want that on my site, and delete it, which is fair enough. It's their prerogative, it's their site. So if you concentrate on providing good quality information and not being too commercial or too blatant about your promotion, you're not going to have any of your sites removed. Once you've created all the spokes, you need to do some basic promotion of them. So you ping them, social bookmark them, you may do some article marketing, you know, or RSS feed submission, all that sort of thing, to help those those spokes of your link wheel rank well. Because of course, if they're ranking well, that is going to help you with your traffic, because of course it's going to the link love is going to flow through to your money site and boost your money site up the search engines. Now don't forget, you can outsource your link wheel creation. Now it's not going to be the cheapest thing to do. It is quite labour intensive, but it can be very effective. I mean, searching around on some of the sites we've looked at, I've seen people that will do your link wheel with 60 spokes for $60. Though I've also seen people that will do you 20-30 spokes for $150 to $200. So you have to shop around, but remember, you get what you pay for. So if you pay peanuts, expect monkeys. So outsourcing isn't exactly cheap, but it's a way of getting good quality link wheels created. So it is something to consider. But you can also, of course, make link wheels for your link wheels. If you're really serious about boosting your site up the search engines, do a link wheel for your link wheels. Instead of link wheels around your money site, have a network of domains that you own and host, and boost those up with link wheels. And that's going to really help. You end up with quite a complex network of sites, but you end up with some very good rankings and a complete domination of the search engines. So what you will do is, remember, you'll create a link wheel effectively for every single keyword you want to rank for. You will use your main keywords 70% of the time and your other keywords 30%, but effectively you're going to create a link wheel for every single keyword that you want to rank for. And what this will do is this will boost your money site up in the search engine rankings for all of those keywords. So link wheels are a very powerful component of any SEO strategy, and if you're really serious about internet marketing, really dominating the search engine results and making a good go of it and getting some serious income, then you really need to be thinking about using link wheels. You'll get some fantastic results from them. They're very, very worthwhile using, and once you've got the hang of creating them and you understand how they work, you're not going to have any problems creating them. It's not going to take you too long to do. I mean, it's not a quick process. Don't expect to have a 60 spoke link wheel done in an hour. Expect it to take you some time to do, but you'll get the hang of it and you'll be able to do it very, very well. So, you know, link wheels are going to help you massively in your business, because you can end up with a network of sites that dominate the search engines. You can find, you know, if you've got lots and lots of spokes on your link wheel and you promoted all the spokes, you could end up owning pretty much 80 to 90% of the top 10 or top 20 or even top 30 of the search engine results. Now obviously that means for you a much higher chance of people hitting your money site and much more traffic. So through a link wheel and a network of link wheels, you can create this powerful network of sites which are driving you traffic and increasing your earnings. So you have all the tools that you need now to go and create your very own link wheels. So let's start creating link wheels, apply what you've learned and enjoy the results, because the results are pretty spectacular, I can tell you that, and I think you'll be very, very pleased once you started creating link wheels and seeing what effect they can have upon your business and your income. And using these link wheels, you can live the internet marketing dream.